Hello, Oksana.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome back. We are here again. Okay, today we have interesting questions, isn't it?
I'm ready already.
Fantastic. Yeah, I know you're ready, but yes, you are already relaxed. Just, take a long deep breathing, and we start with the first question. These days, there is a huge news around the world from USA regarding the abortions. Okay, apparently in 13 states, it will be illegal. Now, is for many viewers who's against or who's not is again, the basically this. Direct that is denied to the woman, like the vaccines, that people says not, you can't have abortion or you can have a vaccine. It's about the right to decide what is the best for our body. Obviously, this is mixed feelings. Okay, I would like that you can have a look to see what is really going on here.
Yeah, when you were starting talking, I saw right away. First of all, I saw an obelisk, like the one in by the churches they usually put up. But there are obelisks all over the place. But then I saw a big round spaceship, very flat, and there's Zeta Grays on it. And the obelisk was like the lightning going from the point up to the sky, and I saw this big gray spaceship um, being charging up. It's like, and then it came to me that Earth is like a big gas station for the spaceships to come, observe, create, take information to a database and experiment. And that experimentation is lit up as a big word because they need more fetuses to experiment. They need more DNA material. They want to create. There's two things. First, rituals at churches. Some of them are designed that the woman just perishes, just goes crazy, or just commit suicide after they, or she's not aware that they sedate her to a certain way because they see they give her some injections, so she's like semi-conscious. But if she gets pregnant in either way, she'll be given a choice. They would follow that woman, and they can be done anytime, anyway, different ways, through rituals or through somebody attacking a woman on the street and raping a woman, and then, but through doing so, they would want specific DNA being inserted into the woman, because this physical act is just an excuse, just a way to create some particular crisscross DNA
Mm-hmm.
for their experimentation, because they are they in collaboration with the doctors. So it's kind of like, imagine the physical hospital or clinic has a spaceship, and then above the spaceship I see like a platform, like a big energetic platform of etheric layer, and it has rooms lit up bright white color, much like a clinic below, but in energetic way of it. And I see, like, first of all, it came to me like mantis, a lot of those working there. I see green and white skinned ones, And I see grays, a lot of grays walking around too. There are some military etheric hospitals too. And then I see, like, I literally see soldiers hooked up to some machines and things like that. Some of them are, I'm like observing some operation, like a surgery room here. And I see they're putting like artificial veins, inserting inside the real veins of a soldier's legs and arms. And I see his chest is already inside like metallized. First of all, the metallized construction, it's like an exoskeleton, but it's a little different. It's also attached to the column. It's the spinal cord is all metallized also, so to make a soldier more powerful and strong. They're working on it now. The war is a big experiment to create a new army. That would be more endurable, faster, could run faster, could do stuff faster. So basically, when the soul leaves from a killed body, it's still traumatized and they need this trauma. They use this trauma as the souls have consciousness, and the soul cannot really understand what is going on, but this way that they can get agreement to experiments if the soul is not being possessed, or if the soul doesn't have implants or entities attached. The soul thinks that they're saving him or her from the body into the hospital, because when I see like explosions, and when something explodes, your soul just kind of leaves the body quickly, and it doesn't really understand does it still have the body or not. And they feel like they're taken to the physical hospital, but it's actually a etheric hospital, and that's not their physical body anymore, that's their etheric body. You know what I mean? And this fetuses, they need for all kinds of hybridization programs and experimentation programs, because I see them blending cells together, DNAs together, crisscrossing, and not only 2 but 3 and more. So, and I see military people, I see grays standing next to them, and I see some very tall reptilians in kind of like military belts and vests, like that.
Okay. Can I ask a question? Do you think that obviously with abortion they can carry on to create these experiments, DNA, so in the fetus, in the woman, there can be this new race, obviously. Do you think they needed the church help? It's like a sort of cooperation between church and army. Obviously, reptilians and the spirit of lights, with brackets, everything that is church institutions is like a sort of spirit of lights, but we know what is behind, yeah? That's because they are against the abortion, because it's a sin. Do you think that this is what is going on in USA, that the campaign is even because of the, let's say, the church, the Republicans, or whatever party, and this is because behind is a big project. This.
Yeah, there's another thing. I'm like under the ground, and I see some interesting looking, very tall, probably 6 or 7 feet, people with very pale skin, reptilian eyes, some scales, but scales not on their faces. Faces look like human, but they look kind of rather dumb. And they look like they're waiting for commands. You know, if like an animal is like looking at you and waiting for commands like this?
Mm-hmm.
Just a wild thing. And those are, so if they take a fetus, they have technology to put that fetus into provetta, how this, the tube,
Yes, like yeah, this is like this
right?
in the
And,
labs they use these
right, and
containers.
grow, and they
Yeah.
change containers too, because I see it's not, they don't put it in the big container right away. First they see how many would survive, because they need particular, and that's a lot of reptilian in that particular soldier would be, because they need to activate their reptilian brain, which is they're going to replace the brain with some artificially designed center of control of the body type thing. It's kind of like when you say to your iPad, Alexa or whatever, right? Siri, hey Siri, do this for me. That's what they would be saying to soldiers. Hey, battalion, do this for me, and they would just go and do it.
So it's like a programming setting up here.
Right.
I heard, I heard that when in my studies, we find out apparently the souls where we come from because we are the mighty here, all the other beings, they want to be like us, but don't have the same power. The soul decide to enter in a fetus in when the pregnancy is about 6 months, when the body, the container of the soul is ready. So basically, they are preparing this container uh, before that they can enter with this specific fetus, or is from the
They're
day
pre-
one.
they're preparing. They need certain genetic material for the physical arena, let's say, right? Physical level, because physical level somehow always has to go along and reflect what is going on in etheric. In etheric, they've been doing this kind of experiments for a long time, and they want to slowly repopulate the earth with the humans, because the humans and the souls and human bodies have proven to them that they cannot be controlled. A big percentage, still a big percentage for them, cannot be completely controlled.
Hmm.
Even if they inside them was money or ego or whatever, at some point they still don't wanna kill people, let's say, or do something bad, right? So the soul has a chance to get through the barriers and tell the rational part to stop, but they want completely controllable society here, and they're trying very, see, because they're dumb. I just want to say that, because they're trying to copy things, but they cannot make their own decisions a lot of times.
Yeah.
And they are AI operated, and AI operated is dumb. That's why we hear so many stupid things going on, and we can't believe they can even say or do such things, like certain members of the government.
Yeah, this is
Mm,
why the Greys are the most dumb with the beans. The Greys are definitely the stupid labs, labors. But
right.
okay, this is what is happening in the energetic, what they are doing, the work, because they have obviously the purpose to conquer the planet. But who's helping them? I asking you again the question: what is the role of the church with the politician that they took this decision? It's a very huge decision to deny a woman to decide for her own body.
They just want to they want no experiments, I told you that, but they also want to create better environment for the beings who are existing right now in the 4D to go down in the 3D, because they, and also those who are gonna be in control of the hive mind armies, they're gonna be AI activated and controlled, and but they're still gonna be semi biological, and that is needed to be able to be connected to the see, it cannot be completely AI because it's created in duality. It means
Mm-hmm.
it has to be partially, um, and they will grow bigger in power. Some of the politicians that are controlled by Zeta Grays or reptilians would be more powerful if they trick, um, if they get a chance to do more rituals. To get a chance to do more rituals, they have to, it's just like a mental trick, this stuff, okay? That's also, it's also kind of a distraction in a way. There's just multiple things they're trying to pursue here, because look, if I go, like, there are different states and they light up for me, like let's say in the United States, some of them are going to be abortions legal, another one illegal. So if you want to do it, you will go to another state and do it. It's not like, but what is happening in Ukraine, I'm just telling you from Russian part, a lot of Russian soldiers raped like 15-year-old girls, right? And they, because they go to Poland to have an abortion, Poland it's illegal, so they have to go to some other country. I forgot what countries are allowed. By the time they make it to that country, it's too late to do it. So it's like they're forced to give birth to a baby they already hate, because the baby was born in being tortured and almost killed in the process of being raped by an invader who came to your house, killed your family, and things like that, destroy your home. So there's, and that causes a lot of um, energy, low vibrational energy coming out from each and every person. So it just I see mostly about the rituals of the church and the particular members of the governments who go to those churches and participate in those rituals. They grow in power. Um, and there's something about, there's a deeper connection. It's like a tree with a deeper root, because if you agree to, psychologically, if you agree to take life of somebody, it's not a big deal to
Mm-hmm.
go as an army and kill somebody else who's already grown up in a life, or killing babies and kids, like, about 400 were killed in Ukraine, babies and kids. So it's like, for them, life doesn't matter. It's zero. It just means nothing to them.
Yeah, of course, we know that all the people that are, they said that they are pro-life, they kill. This is the
Right.
the contradictive people that they deny you to have abortion, but they are happy to support a dictator. These massive, powerful people, presidents, and still, I in these days I realize how dumb the people are. So stupid, because you are what you vote. You give your power to somebody else to decide of your life. You like to
Mm-hmm.
be a slave. You like to basically give the responsibility to somebody else, even if you lose your freedom. So obviously, the majority, I hope, is one day will be just half, because we know one day we have half in the world, people that are against dictators, people that they don't allowed never again to give their own energy to somebody else, which is like you give a gun to a baby. Okay,
It's
they
it's
can
like
shoot
you
you.
support the killing by making it legal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything says, "Oh, Trump is the savior," but he's another person. I'm trying to be polite, because people they likes to create idols, yeah, like a rock star. Oh, he's good, he's nice, he do good things. No, this guy is taking the piece of you. He's in the power. He has a privileged life and taking the piece of you because he does whatever he wants. When you agree, when your friend is a dictator, you are not better. And the people that they put these people in the power is even worse. So basically, one day will be probably learn to be able to to be a community, to take the decision together, not to give the power to people that they fight. You die, but they just argue because they are sitting they crown, yeah,
Mm,
and
yeah.
kill, and they want more and more because they're just greedy people. These people are greedy, and now they are deciding for a new strategy to give it more. They start with abortion now, okay? And we know woman has really hard time in these days because woman. I mean, let's say a woman that I don't believe in woman or men should be in the power in an individually. I believe in community. But now there are these institutions that they are working together as a evil, okay? The church is not love and peace. It's not something good. Church are is political institution that they want to get to the power, like they doing in the Vatican, okay?
To
The
support the
politician.
government, yeah. The thing is, like, they don't really educate women what is going to happen to them psychologically after abortion. I'm just speaking from my experience of how many clients I had who had more than one or at least one, and they're all suffering all their lives feeling guilty. Feeling guilty is their very powerful tool to control you. If I wanted to control somebody, I would feel that person feel guilty and
Hmm.
fearful, or either one. And that's what they want, you know? The more guilty they feel throughout their life, the more energy they give.
Yeah,
Also,
of course. But we know that we have a lot even medical problems, women being raped, children that they will going to have a life like as a hell. I mean, I personally, I don't want to put my personal views, but I always believe in the right that a woman or a man decide for their own life, like vaccines. That I don't find that is fair that you oblige me to put something in my body without my permission. Okay, can be good, can be bad, but only me is has the right in my body. My body is my temple. I don't want to bring any entities in my body. And if I decided if my body would be in or not, is my decision. Um, but obviously, it's a very delicate. But what I see here is that these institutions, like the church, are are getting too involved with in a environment. Let's talk about Russia. Russia and this Orthodox Pope, what is the name? Kirill, that as basically is as definitely a big commitment with Putin, and all is linked. Church is not like the second power. Church is getting stronger. A church, remember, guys, is an institution. Okay, is a house, is a place where people get inside and they create a ritual. All right. Now we have
there's a
different
gargoyle
views. Hmm.
that Kirill, when you said it, it looks like a half human, half eagle with huge wings, giant wings. And above him, there are so-called like beings of light or angels or very low vibrational beings, but it creates like he is like an egregore on its own who is feeding all those beings of light, and in return, it's just like a constant it's just a machine of feeding the 4D layer of beings, of creatures who are also connected in return to other humans who go to the church. And then that machine is connected to the certain people in the governments. I don't see every single person in the government connected because I see them as little dots, 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 dots. Did you got disconnected? Oh, sorry. Um, but yeah, those, see, they're trying to take over human souls, take over souls in human bodies by inciting them with either like giving them money or, so that's a way to make them powerful by it, because they want to kind of stagnate our way to evolutionary development of this high consciousness, which is going on now. So that's the kind of throwing out. They, after this fight about abortions will be another fight. They'll always create something to fight about. So, and the end of this all, if even if they ruled it to be illegal everywhere, there would be some doctors connected to the egregore machine of the low vibrational beings who, for a lot of money, would offer to do it, you know, at their houses, at their homes, at their some closed-in institutions, or even at the clinics when it's not open during the day hours. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. And then it makes it corrupt system. Then either way, they would get what they wanted. For us, in a way, from that point, it's a distraction. From that point, we're seeing a big movement of souls and human bodies to bunch up together as a big force against evil ideas, evil decisions. And because we are more in quantity, we will really influence them right now. There are very bad figures who are influenced in different governments by this country's people, and they cannot go against the people because they know that the people are gonna rise up and vote against that person. You know what I mean? And or if it doesn't happen the correct way, then something's gonna be done that people's gonna rebellion. And it happens at the etheric level too, so it's not just. But because at the etheric level, a lot of souls have figured out a lot of things these days, and then don't want to be suppressed anymore. But yeah, the Kirill and all this, it's just like a mafia group, okay? The mafia group is a big egregore machine operated by AI and wants to just clear up the earth. They not only want to clear up, the heart of the earth as Ukraine, but they want to spread around too. First of all, they would go for the countries that are closer to their true soul. They have a good connection with the true self, and they are connected with the earth. They live in small villages mostly, not small towns. They raise their own food. They want to attack those first, and they want to leave only those. Kind of like Mariupol, the whole city is destroyed, but people are living on the streets and cleaning up the streets just to get water as a payment, drinking water, because there's no drinking water. It's kind of like the idea, okay, let's make those metallized, cemented beehives of complete slaves. Because, see, that's a slave mentality. You have to work to get drinking water to keep your body going, because it's a survival mechanism. and that's the idea. But they are we are. It's like a last fight over Earth, right? Going on now. It's not a it's not a short lasting fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite long, but they know, and it's kind of like, you suffer, you collect all the will and power in you, and then you see a ray of light. There is a possibility, because look how what we can do if we get united, and that idea is breaking through all the walls of non-freedom
Mm-hmm.
for us living on this planet. And they know about it. They know that they exhausted all the parallel timelines, and it's just a matter of time when they're gonna have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meanwhile, they want to get as much. They have collectors of energy. What comes to me, it's like big metallic constructions. They keep them on these certain etheric platforms, and they collect energies much like we put gas in containers, and they put either souls or energy that's siphoned from souls at the physical level, and they want to get more, as much as they can. Kind of ironic that the same thing with wheat and selling, opening ports to sell Ukrainian wheat to deliver to the countries who might suffer from hunger. The same idea. They don't want to be suffering from hunger, so they want to guarantee themselves a buffer zone of some particular period of time when they can still nourish themselves before they get to a different destination, different universe that they can attack or something like this.
Okay. We was mentioning before we start this new let's say it's a cathedral. I just updating the picture. I would like that you have a look and you tell me what you think. Um,
Do you want me to physically look at the picture on the screen or something?
yes. I'm just trying to. So, okay, you can see
Yeah, I see the temple, yeah.
the
The
temple.
cathedral, yeah.
The cathedral. This is in Moscow. Is the new one? You can see there are lots of symbols there, like a platform. They are
Mm.
very, very circle symbols. Sorry, I put in this in order that you can see it. Okay, just focus it and yes, try to check what is behind, why they built this big cathedral, temple, or wherever, because it's very, very, very accurate. Even all the symbols, like we know from the space, you can see where you can parking your spacecraft, something.
You know what I see? I see like a huge projection from above, and it goes like, if you take the 8, the meta, right, the symbol,
Mm-hmm.
and if you multiply it into 8, and it starts spinning as a flower, as a
Oh,
projection,
like
it's
DNA.
just, yes, it's like a symbology of they want evil to exist forever, and they do. There's a lot of reptilians. To be honest, this temple, the green color, I thought it was because of the war. It was of my irrational mind, but I look at reptilians as the same exact color. They like blend in, and when I look at it energetically, when they come out, it's like this green color expands and takes over, covers everything. But it's about the number 8 and energy forever, siphoning of energy, taking over the mentality and psychology of go further and conquer more territories and kill more people. That's the idea. And they also want to have an agent. Putin is their agent now. They just stuffed him up with programs, with implants. You know, there's a little spark of original soul, but it's a tiny spark. There's really nothing inside, just like a biorobot.
Mm-hmm.
And they will always try to have some sort of biorobot, some sort of member of one government or the other, but they're more onto Russia because it's like their headquarters right now. They
Mm-hmm.
eliminated all the smart people there. They either killed them or pushed them out of the country. They left. So there's the people who are staying there. There's a huge percentage, except for maybe 12 to 15%. Uh, so 12 to 15% are still understanding what is going on, but the rest is like they're programmed. It's like a hive mind program that they're just running the program. They don't really understand because the internal fight in between um, the broken connection in between the rational part, physical part, and etheric, subconscious soul part are broken. So they only accept the reality that is being teleported to them through the mass media like TV because they are. It's like they have a big implant in the back of the head that is only catching the certain waves, the certain frequency waves of reality, and they accept it as truth, and they wouldn't see the other waves. You know, some things exist and we all see it, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't because they cannot physically see it. It's as
Wow.
if it became transparent for them, you know?
Wow. Do you think that these symbols they have a very is
Circles,
like
circles, circles. Yeah.
yeah, this
Circle
is
of
like
life, constant, non-stop, never ending. Dead,
because
born, reborn, dead, born again, you know?
we know that when they build temples, churches, usually they find a place where they are very energetic, where the ley lines are connected, yeah,
Mm,
and there obviously we have portals. We know that portal
right.
exists before when this planet Earth allowed the humans to get inside. You know, we arrive through these portals. We know that. So every church, you notice, guys, every church around there is a spot, there is a portal, because this is what they want when the pilgrims, people get there, when they start their ritual. I talking in general, church. Um, the people as let's say hypnotized. There is a ritual. This is like a contract. Your soul is straight away. You write, you sign, you put a signature for a soul contract because there is a massive ritual. The energy, the portal is sucking you up and microchipped, and then get ready for the next. People can call experiment or because they need your DNA, and those I think that is this is what is happening in USA, in a different places, or in Asia, China. This is the proof that what I visualize of this temple in Moscow is another big portal here to create their own dark army, which they already exist, but that is another, let's say, headquarter for this.
Yeah, because the thing is, if he doesn't go there, all the reptilian government goes there to charge up, and that's how they basically run. That's their power. That's their main charger. That's their main mm, when they do a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
And then to make it true, to make it um, become true, they also put visuals like that. There's like an angel or protector of Crimea that they put there. There's a big one, and they were kind of saying that we took over, that place, and we're gonna take over more. And for they make up rituals for each and every one, and their idea of an expansion. So if you put like a negative, if you take over a beautiful fountain of beautiful energy and make it dirty with, with their negatively charged vibration as they took over that place, it would spread like a tumor in different directions and would suck energy from everything because it creates a certain powerful electromagnetic field. And
Mm-hmm.
there's like a major star portal or stargate for all the spaceships to come in and out. I see a lot of Zeta Grace military looking dressed reptilians. A lot of them are reptilian hybrids. You understand? They don't have tails,
Mm-hmm.
but they look almost like humans. But I know it's a reptilian because of the eyes.
Yeah. You know what? I'm starting to recognize with people, if you really pay attention of these, especially these people in the power, they have the shapes. You can have a different categories of reptilians, you know.
Hmm.
Look, example, the face of Biden. Oh gosh.
Shapeshifters.
Yeah, very
The
long.
shapeshifters, the propaganda people on Russian TV are totally reptilians. One even
Yeah.
wears a sweater was a reptilian. I
Yeah,
posted
look,
it.
Putin as well. He has this. Now he's fat because he's full of cortisone. Because we know that he has a
His
cancer.
he, his body is I see he's got a tube on the back that they keep attaching to keep his clone going, and there's some greenish goo going into his body.
Hmm. Plus, I visualized in one of my little trips that he has like I counted around five. Let's say people that look like you.
Mm-hmm. Doubles.
Doubles, yes, because in case they trying to kill him. So this is why they are product. I mean, that is the proof how they work. Even they change everything on your face. There are square face like robotic, like the kids, the one they created their first
Mm-hmm.
robot, that they are all squares. Look, the true face is very squarey, small, high, and the ears, or in every. I mean, I talking about every people that is in the power. I mean, which they take very extreme decisions, and they are nonchalant. They are like, okay, and you can see the faces of the people on power, or with people that are in the army or in the church. This guy Kirill, oh my God, when I see him, I feel literally feel sick. I want to puke because he's a disgusting being. I feel like it's not even a snake. This is like an animal that is between a rat, between a snake. They
Um,
Oh gosh, that this man is really disgusting, and I feel that is very dangerous with the younger generation, children, because they implement they dirty and disgusting programs in the children. Okay, this is why they need more souls is possible to, let's say, to change, to manipulate with their own experiments. Church politicians, okay, church politicians are two institutions, okay, that they are working together because There is the person that is not religious but go to vote. Then we have
Mm.
the religious that go to vote. They need to create more people that are attracted in the project. Okay, this is why religion and politics they always work together. And again, and the people that basically fall in this, let's say, hypnotic program that they sell is just they taking from you the power to decide. Basically, you have power. You have the right to decide of you. You have your own head, brain, ideas, but you give all this to them. And you are just
Mm.
basically a robot, a donkey with you show the carrot and work if you have the carrot, like a slave. So yes, the connection with this temple, to come back to the source of our question, I see that there is a big project. The strategy is going on, and yes, I still believe, Oksana. Sorry if I insist in this, that they are desperate. This, uh,
They're desperate, but it's
yeah.
tall whites
Hmm.
are the ones who are standing behind this. It's like tall whites, Zeta Grays, and reptilians. Reptilians are more on command and they're more like recruiting the humans to be on their side and put them in the government positions.
Hmm.
But basically, Third Reich, just like I said, it got relocated from they are in Antarctica, they are in Russia. And Russia was their number one project after the World War II. And they wanted to turn Russia into a military country to be attacking other countries, much like Hitler did. And
Hmm.
that's why I see this fresco of Hitler at this church and on the wall and this big portrait there, Stalin and Hitler and Putin together. That's kind of like in the one project includes all
Hmm.
those people. The same idea, eliminating humans, making them fight with each other so they would eliminate each other. And they're laughing at the whole thing because humans are just doing it, what they're told to
Exactly.
do.
Exactly. This is like honestly is the war of the poor people, the dumb bass, basically that they fight for these fat entities sit in a desk ordering. They fight with each other, but you see they never kill each other. These people on the power, and because the entities they need them. So who they kill? Less people are in a country, more weak you are, because obviously people use guns, people use tanks, cannons, missiles,
The
and
problem is hundreds thousands of kids are being taken to Russia and by force, a lot of times from their parents because their parents are suspected to be Nazis, which
yeah,
just doesn't exist, just a made up thing.
yeah,
And those a lot of those kids are go for those rituals in that temple because there's a big room underneath the temple underground where this rat Putin comes and does it.
I feel really tingles in my skin of these children, what are they going to do to them. So basically this guy that um, invaded a Pacific country, is stolen children, and is doing things that even a Nazi is a principiant. Okay, so what I really, I mean, even if people is right or not, okay, NATO is the bad, Putin is the bad. I try to check in both sides who's is who, why, but still I can't find both of the parties that's us doing
Yeah.
any good here, because that what I feel is that is just schemes.
Nobody's doing any good because
Hmm.
if NATO was so good, they would have given, everybody knew that the war was imminent a long, long
Mhm.
time ago. They would
Mhm.
have given us HIMARS or precision rockets, and the Russian army would be dead by now, all of them. They would be so afraid to even come because we would have the weapon. Instead, they are just like spreading out, give you a little here, a little there. In the meanwhile, Mariupol is destroyed, thousands of people dead there.
Mhm.
It's just like catastrophe in the sea. Azov Sea is all dead, and the sewers leaked into the sea, and the sea life is dying. And I mean, just look at the city. It's just like a pile of bodies, dead bodies, and ruined buildings. Well, that's what they want. That's what reptilians and Dracos do. They come, they destroy, they love destruction and
Yeah.
suffering. It's all they love
Absolutely.
to do. And
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need any of those organizations. We really don't, because who is on top of the game, on top of the pyramid? All those reptilians, snake people, dragons,
Exactly.
reptilians, all kinds of. So, I mean, they're like, okay, well, how fun is that? It's like creating a video game.
Exactly. And we feed these monsters. We feed them. I mean, I
Right.
talk we in general because I don't give a damn about them. And I will not vote never ever again in my life. I'm basically I was I was able to get out from that cycle because people that vote this crap, individuals, are just choosing to be dictated, choosing to be manipulated by them. Okay, it's like
You're
you make this
controlled.
person rich and gold, and you look at him like with adoration. Oh, look at him! He has everything. Oh, he can kill. He can kill. Wow. But this person is going to save children.
But it
Really?
starts from the idea of the church that God is
Exactly.
almighty and I'm nothing, and president is almighty and I'm nothing. But that's the opposite. But it starts from the one thing on the other. That's why they needed church and the government. If you don't believe in government, you believe in church. If you don't believe in church, you believe in the New Age movement. If you don't believe in the New Age movement, you would believe in some other movement. It's endless unless you get to understanding that you have to only believe in yourself.
Hmm. That is when people they says, "Oh God, God," but who created God? We create God. This is a creation for humans. Like
Yeah, I
Corrado
laugh at
Malanga said
us living in
a
it.
very interesting thing because he says, if God is perfect, because He's perfect, why He created imperfect people to have experience? He's perfect. He doesn't need us.
Right.
Because if He's perfect, we are imperfect. Something's wrong here. This is mean is somebody else there behind of us. So theories anyway, but it makes sense if you think about perfection. If He's so perfect, He didn't need to create us. Why? If we are imperfect, because we know
Right.
perfect.
Right.
So, what I would like to ask you another question in connection with this, everything what is going on in the world. Uh, we, I add now, just give me a second, and I would like that you have a look. This gentleman here behind me.
Mhm.
This guy is Julian Assange. Julian Assange is the head of WikiLeaks, okay, WikiLeaks, and basically he basically leaked information of uh, you know NASA, American government. He knew a lot about what was going on, and basically they is basically as our arrest, international arrest, because he's currently is in UK. He was in UK, but in the embassy. I don't know if it was the Ecuadorian embassy, okay, that was protecting him. But unfortunately, Assange will be deported to USA, where he will be incriminated just because this guy said the truth. My question is Julian Assange aware even of what is going on now, of what is he, because he basically was able to leak and show the world what is behind these powerful, governments, and these reptilians didn't like that. So, and this guy
Mm.
is a hero for me. This guy is somebody that he wants the truth to be spread around the world, and instead he will be deported. That is the big injustice, and the people are watching, and they're not making even a big fuss about. It's like, okay, this guy is another sacrifice, a martyr, okay, and he's paying with his own skin because he's been protected for I think more than 10 years. Which he couldn't go out. He was in London, this embassy. If he get out from this embassy, they was always waiting. This G man always waiting to capture him because he knows too much. Have a look, Oksana.
Yeah, I'm looking. I am seeing him on this white, um, como se diz? Lucido, like shiny suit.
Okay.
Um, and he has this interesting helmet that it just goes in and out, protecting his head, but he's coming from some sort of portal. The portal looks very interesting because the reality he comes from is like composed of different geometric shapes feed into one to another, and it's constantly spinning and producing, creating. And I see like a big giant hand holding the creation, but this giant hand is like a representation of energies of a lot of souls like us, creating for different worlds that have been taken over, people who would come and go. For it's almost like he's like a testing. He's testing. Is humanity ready to support me or no? Oh no, they're not ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because humanity was pretty much ready to rise up against Putin now, as we see in many countries. So that's a big deal. But next step would be this one. That's why I'm saying we're like in an eternal war. Should we sell our souls to the systems of control, or should we take our own responsibility to ourselves? And we're just like it looks like on step one of the whole process, unfortunately, because a lot of people going back and forth and getting trapped in their heads in the matrix programs still.
Mm-hmm. Who's the biggest enemy of Assange? Which is the one that he wants him badly?
I see a big snake head, kind of
Mm-hmm.
snaky, and then I see White House.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then with White House goes all those Reichstag and Rome, St. Peter's, and Kremlin, all of them. It's like a spider web. They keep like making spider web, but the thing is, we can break through it. It just we don't want to. We feel comfortable. Well, the world is a mess, but as long as my life is fine, I'm gonna be agreeing to the mess. Agreeing to this what is happening to others. And we're much like little ants running under your feet. If you walk, you step on a few, but the others keep running. It's like that. You eliminate few thousand people or even more, the 100,000 people over here, over there, but there are other ones who survived. They have the strong program to survive and live, continue living, so they'll just be keep running and without making any conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Do you,
it's designed that way, just very evil way, the way the whole thing life prevails. You don't question reality. You just live and make sure your body eats and drinks and survives.
Exactly, just a container basically where you can
Right.
when you can put water like a plant that doesn't have
Mm.
any decision making. About Julian Assange, do you think he wanted to inform the world about the Matrix to
It's like a
show, look?
partisan movement of all the of different I want to say different humans from different galaxies, because humans can be different. Humans with yellow, blue, green skin, doesn't matter. It's like this universe. The idea is the body looks like a human body, and we're just like partisan war going on against the reptilian attack of this planet, the control system. Souls who are brave just go incarnate to make a little difference and come back. They
Hmm.
come back not because they want to come back, because they're being eliminated a lot of times. But they knew about it, of course, because they have, you can call it looking glass technology, or they just know it in their heads. They can see through all the timelines and see where their time is done, and they did their little mission to spread the truth, and maybe it would wake up a few hundred people, and that's a good deed then.
Hmm. Will what going to happen to Julian Assange in the hand of these monsters? This
I see
um,
long-term trials. I see like a court,
mhm.
long trials.
We will be able to give him some strange and very high energy if everybody just give 1 minute of the time to give protection, like create let's say a scudo. What you call a scudo?
At some point, they lose control over him, but they want to keep him in control, like in a cage for now, in a way.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he'll be occupied with all these trials and stuff, defending himself. Um, the thing about the system is gonna change. It's gonna change, but it's gonna take time. Efisia, I see so many rockets flying all over the world. I have no idea what this is, like fireworks all over
Oh,
right now.
that's not good. We have to stop them. If we want, we can. We can because this is what they are basically. Uh,
Oh, they
they want the
want
chaos.
their plan. Their plan is they really want to ignite war all over the globe. They want to ignite that war as if, uh, you know, Putin is announced a terrorist, which he is a terrorist, and all the reptilians behind are terrorists.
Hmm.
But the whole thing, if I'm looking from my soul's perspective, I'm telling myself this is a grand plan to make it look like, hey, there's this, country which actually it's done in such a smart way, if easier, because you cannot deny it. He's a terrorist. He's an evil. His country is evil. His army is evil, doing evil things to Ukrainians. But at the same time, the situation can be used to create a World War four, which is all three, which is already happening anyways, but they wanted to spread up, up, up above. All these malevolent races wanted to spread all across crossfire,
I
and the
think.
rockets were going all over.
Yeah. I think it was a plan. I think it was something that was already planned a long, long time ago, and there is even a link with the Middle East war, all connected. I think it was a Cold War that was already in action, but silent for quite a long time, and the war in Syria, the Palestinian against Israelis,
and
Afghanistan,
and look whom they used in
Iraq.
Syria.
Yeah, it was
Those
already.
those generals
Hmm.
who make their soldiers with rockets destroy Ukrainian cities down to dust. They've been doing the same in Aleppo, in Syrian
Yeah.
city. And the people there say they've been doing the same, raping their children, killing them, killing their animals.
The
What can I tell you?
gases.
Russian soldiers eat dogs, Ukrainian dogs who were left behind by people because they were living in such hurry and they couldn't take them abroad. You know what I mean? I mean, here's like it's a global reptilian invasion on humans, period. That's how I can call the whole thing.
Yeah, because if it was something, but people they says, "Oh, we are the saviors," and say, "Look what's happening in Afghanistan." They give the power all these years fighting, and then you give the power to the Taliban's,
Oh,
who
yeah.
is just bizarre, isn't it? It's like so hypocrite, and there's these people that you it's like, okay, we don't need you anymore now. Help yourself with these Talibans that they are uh, extremist to the core, where there is not a woman is regressed for 200 years, where there is no freedom, where homosexuality, LGBT rights there doesn't exist. A woman doesn't have even the right to even to check on her own,
But
medical needs. So it's terrible, terrible.
Efisia, David Icke just showed me something that the YouTube would like to delete this video we're doing right now.
Okay, cool.
We have
That
to
is a
cut
very.
it. We have to cut it. I'll tell you what words he said.
What is the word? You can
There's
write
some
me.
there's some statements that he's showing me that they're not gonna like we made.
It's okay as long as
He's
that
he's
people can see
telling
for an
me,
hour.
I told you, reptilian invasion. Right now it's happening at the physical level. He said because they've gotta show them their faces now and here in the physical because they have to get a new permission to take over Earth for new spiral of time, for new loop of time. He said the only way for them to get permission is to show themselves in the physical, their ugly face. And he said
Yeah,
that's why he's being attacked by reptilians. They don't want him to talk about that.
yeah, we know, but you know what? At this point of my life, I don't really care. I mean, we're going to create a new channels, not a problem. So I can see the conflict. The what really I notice is the people that they comment and probably they don't like some of our visions. And I respect the ideas as long they don't get too excited or too rudy. But I mean, some people can see these things. Some people they're not ready to see certain things. In fact, energetically, the world is changing. Somebody says, in order to have this massive, big change, transformation is because of nature or because of bellic, like a war, where there will be a chaos and there will be a, a rebuilding, okay, new societies. And I believe there will be a new society where communities will be in charge of themselves, no more leaders. I always say this, but I hope this changes not because of a drastic event like a war, because of these reptilians, which they are in the bunkers, protected and nice and fat. This only because people still, it's like a football, flags, because they
Mhm.
give it power. They create the entity, they create the energy around them, they create the protection. And we have to create a protection, a shield of golden light to people like Julian Assange, to the poor people that are abused every day in the war in every country, not only Ukraine, Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq,
Taliban.
Libya. We
Mm.
have in all these countries we have a child, slavery, abuse. They sold these children for organs. It's all in front of us, but still people fighting for these terrorists. They are in the power. because
Or
these
people
dreams
fighting in their own families with their own family members, which
exactly
makes
this.
me laugh these days because there's bigger problems this planet has.
And they went, and then after they go to the church to pray, you know what I mean, and preaching love and respect when you are everything but not that. You are just a product. You are
Yeah.
just, you're not yourself. You sold your soul for these entities. And obviously, this is what I visualize. I have in many dreams so far. When the other night, I dream I was in my back to Sardinia to my mom house, where
Hmm.
I find it a room in the kitchen which I never noticed. This was in my dream, and I open it and I see, wow, I was connected with every country in the world. I was a moment to USA, a moment I was in this big, what to say, sotterranei. What you say, Oksana? What do you
Um,
call?
on the terrain. Um,
Yeah. And I realized I was outside of the box. Okay. I was
hmm.
exploring. And then I couldn't find a way to come back. They tried to put bricks. I tried trying to, I was in an elevator. The elevator started to come back behind. I said, okay, you're trying to, to put fear on me. But I knew it because now I exercise myself to have at last a little control in the dreams, which is very difficult. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy, obviously, but I have every night I can see that something's going on, and we explore with our amnemic, etheric spirit, yeah, that we can exploring, uh,
Right.
and that is what I feel that is just I haven't enough of these people in the TV, the media, spreading all the these idols, these rock stars in the politics, the church. I feel sick about these people. Uh,
Right. Well, David Icke said that he's like him, like this guy we're talking about.
Julian
Because,
Assange.
yeah, he said that David told me when you were talking, he gave me information like a file that he incarnated on purpose into the royal family, as he said, royal family of reptilians of England, uh, to find out their secrets. And they hate him for that. He betrayed their family. His body has that DNA, he says some percentage, but he became, it's kind of like a child goes against the parents. That's what he said.
Okay, okay,
And
that is
that's why
interesting.
they deleted, his channels. They don't want to talk about reptilians because reptilians have, I mean, just like the last maneuver going on with them, they better because energetically they can divide and get parts of the energetic platform of the matrix to themselves. They can save it. So they're basically fighting what percentage of that matrix would be saved for them and what percentage of souls would go with them and be siphoned by them. That's what I understand. It's hard to physical mind to understand it, that it's possible, but anyways, this is all a projection. Like I saw, like I told you, they can literally use a spaceship, and the spaceship can illuminate the certain light onto the temple, let's say, and you visually would not be able to see the temple.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing, like I see poles of light coming from each circle around the church when I look at it, and those are like the energy pouring out to, and for them it's like we drink water from a faucet, energy, water, like fuel. That's
Memory,
what it is. We just
information.
don't see it with we don't see it, and they use it against us.
Yes, the olive water. Yeah, because water is
Cute
memory, it's
energy.
information, is where we
I,
basically we
I
come from.
compared it with water. Yeah, I compared it with water, but it's basically, the low vibration energy that people bring through rituals, and they're coming up from the underground through the
Yeah, because
layers.
because the portals are these places, big
It's
portal, and
huge.
the water get in, and this is where we find it a way, because you guys, we know we are aliens. People, they can call whatever mighty souls, but we are definitely a specific race.
Right. Yeah, that's why I saw like tall whites and literally like like a movie when you watch from World War II.
Mm-hmm.
I saw those people too, as if they never died or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the
Still
same
alive.
loop. It's the same loop. Check
Right.
from
Third
the
Reich.
yes, there was a kings before, and emperors
Recycling of
fight,
the same
recycle.
souls.
Yeah, and the same now is the politicians, but it's the same kings,
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. I looked at it before. They take a when the politician so-called dies, they take the soul, prepare for the next incarnation of being some other emperor or somebody else in control.
Mm-hmm.
Just replace implants, put new programs, and it's done. Yeah. So,
So, for finish, sweetheart, we talk about the alignment of the planets. This was huge. Yesterday was eclipse, and in many countries, especially in the north, in every country in the north, there was seen all the planet aligned,
uh-huh.
and that is a very big event that happens every 1,000 years. So what happened? Why this planet decided to they are aligned? What is the energy? What is the impact that it will have to us? I hope it's good, that it gives strength
Is it
to us.
Mars? I see Mars. I see Mars energy. I feel it. I see it. I feel it. Mars wants to get back. It made a loop. It wants to go back to its natural self,
Mm-hmm.
normal self, beautiful self, regrow all the surface plants and have humans running around and children and women, and it's what it wants. It's something about the Mars energy, but Mars energy always brings this energy of war. But it's an energy of what came to me capitulation, or the energy of winners, victory. So, victory over zombified anything, over non natural, non biological. That's what I feel. And I feel like all the people who are connected to AI or have implants in them yesterday, like you said, been acting up or being very evil and mean and all this. It feels that way. And it's kind of like a split. Every time you have this energetic days like this, it's a split. Everybody goes, the very nice people go in a very nice mode, feeling great, and very negative people go into very negative mode, feeling super angry and, almost like making up reasons why to feel that
It's
way.
like the planet decided to, okay, because they always face each other. This is when we have really.
Sun,
Mm-hmm.
Sun, Mars, Earth. That's what I saw connection right now going on. And it's kind of like in diagonal. That's what I saw it. And it's like a red bright, like you expand the ray of light
Mm-hmm.
and pour it over the so I feel there's gonna be, I've always been talking about summer and fall. I still feel there's gonna be breaking moments summer, because we're still in the summer and fall. There's something gonna be mm, breaking down system, big changes. I just feel it. I know it.
But we
I
have other planets that they are more supportive, more positive vibrations. What about Venus or Jupiter, that they are very grounded? Because I still believe that we can stop the evil. Okay.
boats that being shaken, like when you said about those planets, I just saw yachts being shaken in the sea by a storm,
Mm-hmm.
but being still anchored. So it's kind of like person, something happens in your life for a period of time you're doing this, but then you
Unbalanced.
stabilize.
Yeah.
But through those non-stable periods, you always raise your consciousness. And that people forget. They always want to be, rainbows and flowers and unicorns all over in high vibration, but that a lot of times make you stagnate because you don't really dig in yourself. These hard situations, it's by default they're given to us because of the control system, but we can use them in our own advantage because I personally have seen so much and understood so much thanks to this war situation. I understood how people are. I know precisely who is really who because they finally showed their faces, and I always knew this about these people, but I was kind of stuck with them. Sometimes you kind of give a person a benefit of the doubt, like, yeah, I don't want to do it to the person, I don't want to disconnect. But then it's kind of like gives you a chance because they do it themselves. You know what I mean? And then
Mm-hmm.
you start understanding more human psychology, the programs they're running, you get deeper to yourself, first of all, because I was digging in myself, trying to, because I'm built the same way like other people are. There's no difference. It's just that some of the programs that I eliminated I don't have, but the human psychology at the physical level is absolutely the same. That's why we read each other so well.
Mm-hmm.
When you're lying to me, I know you are. If I'm lying to you, you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
Yeah, because when people dislike another person, is not because that is the person's fault. It's because something that you don't accept of you, and you have, if you don't give too much importance
Mm,
to, unless you are programmed, there are entities that they are manipulating. Usually, we are basically a squad. We are one, a real soul
mm,
that is not compromised.
right.
Is like all the cells that create in a body. All the cells need each other. Every part of the body needs. We are millions of different cells.
Right.
You
Like
know.
I said, that Ukraine was a heart. And did you
Hmm.
see in Amsterdam and the concert? The symbol of the concert was the heart, like a real human heart, not just like how we draw. But it's interesting.
Yeah,
And
because
because you
you
have
kill.
to.
It's like you stabbing your own heart.
Right, right. And all the good people of the world feel exactly the same what people feel in Ukraine. I really truly believe that. That's why we get so much help.
Yeah, people is
And
sad because they can see
mm,
what
right.
is happening in Ukraine, in again the other poor countries where they are years and years and years that they are massacred by this bunch of terrorists in the
Mm.
power.
All right,
Yeah.
but now, everybody understands that can happen to them too,
Mm-hmm.
and we can only if we unite, then we can.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, see how AI copies? NATO, in a way, copied the unity of human souls, as you say, as one. So all the countries joining NATO, it's not necessarily, remember, everything's dual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dualistic. So on
Absolutely.
one hand, it's a bad organization, all that. On the other hand, it shows us that if we're united, the idea of NATO, you protect the country that is being attacked. So you got like 27 countries helping one country which is being attacked by a bully, you know, and that gives you an idea. Come on, get the good ideas even from anything bad that happens in your life or outside of your life can give you a great bright idea, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me is a great thing too. So there are always both sides, and that's why there's no reason to fight over one particular side is true or one particular theory is true. There's hundreds and millions and thousands and billions of universes, and they all have different sets of rules, and each rule is, good and true for that particular universe, just like for you.
When there are rules, there's no freedom.
Yeah, well, the rules of creation, it's like, how do we create it? Like in this universe is duality, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like everywhere you look. In some other rules are the laws to me. Energetic laws to me are, I was listening to this one guy, and he said, you know what, when I was growing up, I was a little boy constantly bullied and laughed at, made fun of. And I thought, like, wait, these people, like, my mom would say that evil would always fall and goodness would always prevail. But he said, I never saw that these people would suffer and they were mean to everybody and they would still have a good life.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, right now, when I'm 45, I checked on all those people. They all had trouble. They either didn't have a family they wanted or they lost somebody in their family. So he said, so goodness always wins. Even if it takes time, it does.
The goodness is when you
That
know
this is one of the rules,
inside
one
of
of
you.
the game of the whole kind
Yeah.
of everything we created.
Because I mean, and I people says yes, the rule is to be a civilian, to be a good citizen, to respect that. I mean, you can't do everything. Is in your mind. It can be anarchic. Always there is a respect. I mean, in that way, I can call more. To live, to understand what is right and what is wrong. Okay. Well, when you tell me do this, don't do
Mhm.
that because you decided what is right and is wrong. And because your idea, then you ask the people, vote for my idea.
No, it's internal rules. It's internal, it's not, for me, it's like, you can call them rules or principles. For me, it's more like moral principles. Like, I wouldn't do that just because I believe in justice, in my internal justice.
Exactly.
Because
I
if that
mean,
person is nice, try to do something to that person, I'll try to protect that person or to animal or anybody.
when people is nice, why you take advantage of nice people? And many people respecting their rules, they don't respect anyway what they already downloaded in their brain because there
Right.
is this what is apparent, that you have to behave, but deep down you do the opposite. I mean, there is something in hello. Oh,
Yeah,
we have you see obscurity.
we do. Which
Wow.
obscurity? I don't see anything.
Yeah, my screen was
Efisia, what's
black.
happening?
Yeah, because we are
What
talking
is
too
that?
much. Can you hear me? Can
Yeah,
you hear
I
me?
didn't see any difference in the screen. I can see you and I can hear you well.
Probably I
What
don't know if
happened on your side?
maybe you're going to see my probably in the last minutes because we're going to finish now. But yes, was my screen was completely black. Definitely was interference.
Blacked
Absolutely,
out. Uh-huh.
guys. This is a proof what you're talking about. They don't like because when you have to talk about serious stuff, they stop your video, they stop your channel. You have always to encrypt the words because this channel, unfortunately, works for what we know. But yes, we take the risk and however, and yes, thank you very much, darling. Was a pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you.
So I hope that we can do another or our episodes next week. And yes, I would like to say hello to all the people that still follow us. We change a lot of things here. We get out of the box, another box, and then we unwrap it quickly and we jump it out of the box because there are always boxes and boxes and boxes. So, and the
Mm.
people, a message for the people, especially a lady that says she feel exhausted. Again, breathing, exercise, and drink lot water. Okay, and focus to the white light that is where we come from. Use it and feel it inside, like you drink a glass of light and you heal all
Yeah.
your organs. Okay, for
Right.
the
And whatever light you
exhaustion.
imagine. Whatever light I mean, I feel I'm on the blue light. I'm always blue. So my thing is water.
Okay, can be
but
white,
it's
can be
a
I. The
different way
white
of
light is
lighting.
one apparently that helps the people that is starting to chewing this kind of, to starting to
Uh,
believe in their own power. Then you can see pink, you can see any color that
yeah, all the
you
colors are
feel that
in
is
white,
tuned with your body. If your
right?
favorite color
No,
is purple, use purple color. That is soothing, beautiful. And this is because
depends
we are
exactly.
wizards. We are wizards. This is when people says God. We are God. We can self-healing instead to
Mm,
give your energy to externals. Okay, so exhaustion is always when your energy is less and less and less because there is somebody that is sucking it like a vampire. Okay, can be the environment, can be the TV, can be the media, the devices, can be the neighbor, can be what you see, what you can hear because you don't sleep. You don't sleep because your mind is not in peace. So breathing exercise helps
also
relax. So and
red breathing, and also when your vibration is higher than other negative people around you, you always win. And they are, you'll see kind of like they'll be changing a little bit here and there. And yeah, the white light is the original. It's like a dot, and then I see it spreads out like glass fibers of different colors.
mhm.
So rainbow colors, that's what, you go into universe, you see all the spots of different colors. But this is if you put it in one stream of light, it would be white. If you spread it out, there would be all streams of colors. That's how I see it, like what you said.
Hmm. Yeah, even when
But
we send the golden light from her to send the protection, I use the golden light. So people use the rainbow of happiness,
right,
to believe in this because you have the ability in this container in the third eyes. We have our universe, and
right,
we
yeah.
can create our own reality. Is if you don't believe in this, you are again, your soul is owned by somebody else. If you own your soul, honestly, you believe that what they says is imagination is not imagination, is what you create your own reality. Because
Yeah, that's
everybody
what they use for us to create all this wars and all this stuff and demonstrations and protests and fightings
let
because they make us believe
Let
that's how it
them
should be.
distracted. Let them distracted because media, fake
Right.
news. Now the people is confused. They don't know what is fake or what is real. Even when you can see a murder live, murdering in Instagram, Facebook,
No,
this is
people are so used to
fake.
it
It's
too. I
fake.
mean, people are so used to everybody gets killed in one or that part of the world. The wars are always going nonstop, so you get desensitized. So, like I said in the right, unless it hits your family, you are not gonna understand or support or try to change the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, and
Thank you so much.
till
And
next time.
hi guys. We see you next week with Oksana.